Okay, let's get this started. Hey guys, it's Kammy back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about toxic relationships and toxic people and what exactly that entails and getting rid of those toxic people from your life. So let's get right into it. Okay, so oftentimes I find that people actually aren't even aware that they are in toxic relationships, and I think that this is largely due to the fact that certain toxic and abusive behaviors have been so normalized by society. Relationships in this context cuts across from romantic relationships to platonic relationships, family, acquaintances, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so what is a toxic relationship? People who constantly bring you down and make you feel less about yourself, whether jokingly or not, are toxic. People who don't support you and don't support your dreams, toxic. People who neglect you and invalidate your feelings, toxic. People who grow envious and are not happy for you when you are succeeding, toxic. And those are just very few examples of people who can be toxic in your life. So it's really easy to say cut off all the people in your life. It's really easy to say, you know, snip, snip, snip. But in actuality, it's never that easy. Being in a relationship that has turned toxic does not automatically erase the bond that you have with that person. It doesn't erase the good times, doesn't erase the memories, but at the end of the day, you have to create a demarcation. You have to create a separation between the memories and what once was with the present, and know that it's time to walk away. Do not try and make excuses for the toxic people in your life. Do not try and justify their actions in the name of love. You really have to step back and define, maybe redefine what love is to you, and really learn what real love is. A friend that is constantly picking on you and making you feel less about yourself does not love you. And I understand friendly banter, picking on each other, roasting each other and whatnot, but when that person starts to use your insecurities as a tool to bring you down, that is incredibly toxic. And we tend to make excuses for those people. Oh, they didn't mean it, that's just how they are. Okay, well, if that's how they are, snip, snip, cut them off, because they aren't good for your mental health. Oftentimes, friends use that as a mechanism to feel better about themselves, and you do not need people like that in your life. Parents that neglect you, that make you feel like nothing, make you feel like a failure, call you names that completely dehumanize you, are toxic and have a distorted perception of what love really is. Yes, parents can be toxic. And having a toxic relationship with your parents is incredibly dangerous because it kind of defines what love is to you. It kind of sets the tone for how you view love in the other relationships that you embark on in life. And this then creates a long chain of toxicity that isn't healthy for anyone. Because if your parents abused you in one way or the other, going into other relationships, you're left with the mindset that if they do XYZ, they're doing it because they love me. However, that is not love. Love should not hurt, love should not weigh you down, love should not make you cry, and love should not make you feel less about yourself. And we need to remind ourselves of this every single day. I also think this boils down to self-worth and how we value ourselves. And I often think about a particular scene in one of my favorite films, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, where Mr. Anderson tells Charlie, we accept the love that we think we deserve. And that really rang true for me, especially in this context, because you find that a lot of people do stay in toxic relationships because they believe that they don't deserve anything better than that. They stay because they equate their self-worth to such treatment. However, nobody deserves to be in a relationship that isn't healthy for their mind. Nobody deserves to be in a relationship that isn't adding value to their life, that isn't giving them a sense of peace, a sense of purpose, fulfillment, joy, anything. We need to realize that we are kings and queens in our own right, and we only deserve good things. I keep saying this, but it's 2018. We need to start taking care of ourselves, taking care of our mind, taking care of our heart, and that includes letting go of all the people who aren't good for us. Even if you love them still, you have to muster up the strength to leave. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and you comment down below, and anything, really share it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell at the side so you get notified whenever I post a video. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing a cover next, so if you have any song suggestions, I'll leave that down there as well. As usual, thank you guys for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.